Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 7th episode of Grassroots Ham Radio Podcast. I'm your host, VO1JQB.
And I'm Mike, VO1AX, and we're coast to coast this evening, folks.
Coast to coast, island to island, Newfoundland to British Columbia. For those who don't know, that's where I am right now. And that's the reason we didn't have an episode last week. It's too much hassle getting everything set up. I wasn't fully established quite yet. But here we are. Aaron couldn't be with us this evening. He's got some other stuff he got to take care of. That's a little more important than the podcast, so he's off doing that. But yeah, it's two of us, and we're gonna carry on. Adapt and overcome, soldier on, as they say.
That's right.
So, Mike, why don't you start us off? What have you been at the past 3 weeks now?
3 weeks now? Has it been that long? Okay. Well, the usuals. I've been playing around with doing my Wires X thing.
Oh yeah. Cheers. And stand by, just 1 second, guys. I got something I got to run to. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we should rename this all. Oh, we can't. There's a show called Pardon. There's a show called Pardon the Interruption.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll figure out something for this episode.
Yeah. So anyway, doing my usual wires thing.
As you would.
Finally, the cables, the SCU40 connecting cables that turns, the FTM 400 100 series into veritable hotspots. You can plug them directly into a laptop, and you don't need any RF or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're now available in Radio World in Toronto.
Okay.
And they're $80 Canadian, which is great.
Not bad.
No. Contrary to the fears that $80 US.
Yeah, that's $80 Canadian isn't that bad.
No, that's good.
Especially for something radio related.
Yeah. So I've been looking into that. Been playing around with Wires X, talking to folks around the world, and just doing my own thing. Not doing a whole lot of local stuff here in the province.
Fair enough.
Just doing my own thing. Earned my DXCC. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. Probably not.
Probably not. You mentioned it to me. But
yeah,
congratulations for that. That's a big achievement.
Got my DXCC. I just got to come up with the funds now to send down to ARRL to get the certificates printed and the QSLs counted. And
yeah, that is one certificate you do want.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's going to cost me about $40 or $50 Canadian, which isn't bad. I'll get a nice wall certificate plus the list of confirmed countries and flags on the certificate or whatever it is, stickers or whatever. So on Thursday, I've been endeavoring to find a way to get, because as our viewers know, I'm sighted impaired and I use a computer logger. And so the screen reader talks, the computer talks.
Yeah.
And I've been using earbuds inside large headphones, which is incredibly uncomfortable after a while.
Sure.
So I've been looking for a solution to get two sources of audio, the rig audio and the computer audio, into a single device out through a pair of single headphones.
Yeah. And
this is what I got. It's a little Behringer mixer. It's an MX 400, or where the nameplate is on it, 400 or 404, something like that. But can you see it okay, Jackson? The back of it?
Not at all. You're pretty much going to have to hold it up right in front of your face. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Like that? Okay, so you got these outputs here.
Yeah.
That's your power. That's a headphone. And you got these 1, 2, 3, 4 channels.
Okay.
I will plug, for all intents and purposes, let me haul one out here. This cable here, I don't know if you can see it okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. This cable will go from one of the outputs like so.
Okay, yeah.
And this other end will come up and will plug into the headphone jack of my SP8 speaker.
Okay.
Right? So that means the audio will come down this channel into this input.
Yeah.
Conversely, I'll have another cable. I've got another one like this in my bag. I didn't think I need to bring out 4 or 5 cables.
Yep.
Another cable will go into this input, like this one that I just showed you.
Yeah.
That'll go up into the headphone jack on the back of the computer monitor.
Okay, so
now we got 2 audio sources coming in, and then the COS headset, which has the large, what do you call that, 1/2-inch adapter on the end of it? The one that goes from small to big.
I think.
1/4 inch?
Not totally sure.
Yeah, okay. That'll go into the headphone output, and thus I'll have 2 sources coming in and going out into one source into my headphones.
Smart.
No pinching earbuds.
Yeah.
Just one set of headphones, good quality microphone, and nice sound. They actually do sound very good on the ears.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
looks like a nice headset.
And they're very much like Aaron's Heil 3rd generation headset. If you broke off the mic and put the ear covers over it, same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So looking forward to giving that a try this weekend.
Yeah, sure.
And other than that, that's pretty much it. Getting ready to do some antenna maintenance over the May 4th weekend. Make sure all the cables are tight, the guys are tight, and
usual stuff. Spring
usual
cleaning
stuff. Right.
Right on.
So you'll pull down I'll actually do a feature as part of this podcast. You will pull the YouTube vids and splice them in here.
Yep.
For those that haven't seen the YouTubes that I put up as part of content for this podcast, Jackson will include the part 1 and part 2 vids of me doing the COS.
Yep. And I'll put those in right here. Yeah. And we're back.
All right.
So, magic of video editing, just like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, what have you been at?
Oh, geez, I can't say not a whole lot. Not a whole lot radio related. I got my TYT rig here with me, my little handy talkie. I've got her plugged in, well, not plugged in, but she's on the charging bay, and I know there's a few repeaters locally, and I know that all the fire departments around here are easier to access, so I just got to find a frequency list and throw the frequencies into that there, and yeah, I'll be scanning around all the time.
Nice. Get a hotspot.
Yeah, get a hotspot.
Get a Zoom spot, yeah.
That's on the list of things to do, because for those of you who don't know, there's no DMR repeaters in the vicinity of me, so getting a hotspot will allow me to access DMR networks, basically, and I slowly worked my way into the DMR side of things. So just before I left to come up here in British Columbia, for those of you who don't know, I'm in Canadian Forces Base Esquimalt in Nelly's Block. If you're there, hit me up. But I'm here from the 22nd of April to the 31st of August, possibly longer. Might go on a sale. But yeah, so gonna get some more DMR stuff into that radio, get a hotspot, and play around with that a bit. I got a new computer. You guys can't see it, but it's the Acer Orion 5000. It's a massive computer. It's as tall as my knee. I got no way to get it back home yet because I don't have a suitcase big enough to fit it in. But yeah, I've slowly been transferring all my files from that onto the new computer.
You could always box it up and ship it ahead of you when you're done.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I got the box.
And then short to the hilt.
Right. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, short to the hilt, and if something happens, then you can always replace it.
Yep. Well, I got a 2-year warranty on it, so that's a good thing.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice computer. My God, it's got a solid state drive and a hard drive, 250 gig solid state and 1 terabyte hard drive. So it's gonna be a nice little gaming computer, I think.
Yeah.
Be a bit of a nerd. Came with brand new keyboard, brand new mouse. I'm really happy. This is radio related. I got one thing. For those of you who know, for who don't know, I'm a naval communicator with the Canadian Armed Forces. That's why I'm here. And yeah, I'm doing a communications course. And I guess that's kind of radio related. Recently, we've been doing a lot of Morse code by flashing light. So I'll put a...
Is that called semaphore?
No, semaphores, but flags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, flags. Basically,
that's a
YMCA,
heliograph.
moving around. We don't do that anymore.
Light would be a heliograph.
Sure.
Yes, it would be a heliograph.
We just use lamps with shutters.
Yeah.
Easy. But yeah, I'll put a photo in right here of me actually on one of those lights. It's a fun time doing training. I can send at almost 22 words a minute on the flashing light. My receive isn't as good because going from auditory Morse code, which I'm not really the best at in the first place, to visual Morse code, two different senses, two different ball games, in my opinion. So at the beginning, I had a hard time picking up the light. It all looked like the same to me. But after getting into it a bit,
I guess you guys doing that would not be susceptible to seizures, eh?
What do you mean?
Well, like all those blinking lights.
What about them?
Like that would cause seizures, right?
Not at 6 words a minute.
So, so when you're actually doing that, so like your DAWs are long light periods, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And your DITs are just blinks.
Yeah. So it's literally the exact same thing, same Morse code alphabet, same everything as auditory Morse code, except instead of pressing down on a set of paddles, you got a shutter in your hand and you flick your wrist down to open and close the shutter. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Like operating a straight key.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except you got a much bigger object in your hand and it burns. The light gets really, really hot. My friend burned his arm on it the other day.
Oh, so the whole thing gets hot too, does it?
Yeah, everything but the handles. The top case gets really hot. The back gets really hot. It gets pretty hot.
And I'm sure you can feel the heat from it.
Yeah, you can. And on a day like today, what is it today? It's hot as heck today.
Oh yes.
Current temperature in Esquimalt, British Columbia is
Could be 16 or 17 degrees.
19 degrees.
Yeah. You know what it is here?
Cold.
Cold and dark.
Yeah.
The usual blind forecast, right? Cold and dark.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. I think it's like 7 or 8 degrees in a clear day. So
it's pretty good.
But yeah, if you get that hot spot, then we'll be able to chat on the Canada English Talk group.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Play around with the radio a bit
get
more.
Aaron up and running with either a Wires X portable or something like that, and then we all three can
have a roundtable QSO.
Have a roundtable, tie up the Canada English Talk group, piss off the French.
Yeah.
Piss off the repeater group in Ottawa who maintain the Canada English. 1 p.m. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Not enough people using it, but the three of us will get on there. We'll tie it up for hours.
Yeah, totally. Good idea.
Yeah.
Get on there and rag chew about everything there is to rag chew about.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing, folks. We're trying out a different platform for this podcast because we were using Facebook for the first 6. And in a cabin situation when you're on cellular, like we were the last episode trying to record, and it all kind of went to hell in a handbasket. So we're trying Zoom out for the first time, see how it goes. The audio quality is excellent.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Great quality audio. Your video quality is a little bit choppy, but I mean, what do you expect, right? It ain't too bad.
It might be the laptop, and it might be how I'm situated and
Wi-Fi connection and all that stuff.
And all that, right?
I'll put a link to Zoom in the description for anybody interested. It is free to use, and you get 40 minutes of video calling each. We got 10 minutes left on this, and then we're going to have to hop in a new one.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Aaron.
Oh.
See if we can haul him up. First time we've heard from Aaron in a good bit.
Yeah. So he actually might be able to join us on the second segment.
Hell yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll try and get him in here. Sure, he's got a few good things to say. He just sent a message to our Facebook group. New tenants in. They're the worst. Oof.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been having good luck with tenants so far.
Yeah.
But that's all you can do.
So touch a bit of news, like the 100th. Is it the 100th?
I've got news, yeah. I've got a couple things to read out naval-wise, which it's not necessarily radio related, but it's pretty friggin' important in my opinion. Let me pull up the article here I got through my email, and I'll read this out because weird. This is, in my opinion, really, really important. For those of you who don't know, it's Battle of the Atlantic weekend, so that'll just give you a bit of context. I actually attended a ceremony there earlier today in this sweltering heat in my uniform, and this close to passing out. So yeah, this is about the weekend. The weekend of 4th to 5th of May is a very significant one for us in the Royal Canadian Navy. On the 4th of May 1910, the Naval Service Act came into effect, creating the Naval Service of Canada. Just over a year later, in August 1911, the Navy was granted the title of Royal Canadian Navy by King George V. We lost the designation for a while with the unification in 1968, becoming Maritime Command of the Canadian Armed Forces, only to revert to being the Royal Canadian Navy again in 2011, 100 years after being so honored initially. In the 109 years since its creation, the RCN has evolved into the extremely capable, professional Navy we know and love today, which continues to serve Canada and Canadians at home and around the globe. 5th of May is Battle of the Atlantic Sunday, and we shall honor the sacrifices and achievements of those who served with such perseverance and distinction in the longest battle of World War II, the Battle of the Atlantic. Canada entered that epic struggle in 1939 with only 13 ships, many small and outdated, and only 3,500 personnel. By the end of the war in 1945, Canada's was the third largest Allied Navy, with over 100,000 people in uniform and over 400 ships. Victory in Europe depended ultimately on the lifeline of munitions, equipment, and personnel coming from North America to Britain. Sir Winston Churchill revealed afterwards that the only thing that frightened him during the war was the U-boat peril. For 6 years, the ships of the RCN, mostly smaller destroyers and corvettes, battled the harsh conditions of the North Atlantic and relentless attacks from the U-boats. Canada lost 24 ships and almost 2,000 officers and sailors, and another 750 Royal Canadian Air Force personnel, while 1,600 members of Canada's merchant navy lost their lives. Like you, Canadian sailors, like us in the Navy, Canadian sailors in World War II hailed from all across the country. Their can-do attitude and scrappy determination seep through the very fiber of our Navy, and their fighting spirit forms a part of who we are today. In that respect, the Battle of the Atlantic was the forge in which the modern RCN was wrought. The Battle of Atlantic Sunday is like an RCN Remembrance Day. Although 8 decades have passed since they first answered the calls to arms, those men and women remain our shipmates and deserve to be remembered by us. You are therefore, that's not important. So yeah, that's from Lieutenant Commander Irwin. He's a C-Div commander. So, yeah.
Yep, good stuff.
So this was
resonates with me too, because I've had people in the forces. I lost a great uncle on the HMCS Groves. So
yeah, it's pretty important. I mean, pretty much everybody from Newfoundland has had experience with merchant navy or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty big back home, and
it would be
obviously
nice
pretty
if we
big
had
here too.
would have been nice if we were all together and we could have done a special event call for that today. That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
Might
paid
have
my
time to
respects.
organize that sometime.
I paid my respects. I went to a Battle of the Atlantic parade downtown in uniform, sweating my balls off. But it was worth it.
Yeah.
Had a few drinks in honor of them last night, and did some pretty cool stuff. And today's just kind of a rest and relaxation day, recovery, really.
Yeah.
One of my buddies isn't doing too hot after yesterday, but yeah.
What's the time on the clock there, buddy?
We have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So may as well jump into the other bit of news now. This won't
Yep.
take very long at all. It's another anniversary of something. I got it loaded up here on my screen, as you can see here. WWV celebrating 100 years. The National Institute of Standards and Technology radio station WWV will be celebrating its 100-year anniversary in October 2019. The oldest continuously operating radio station in the world deserves a grand celebration. The NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, and the NCARC, Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club, have reached an agreement and are working together to organize the event. NIST will focus on plans for Tuesday, October 1st, when they will host a recognition ceremony and open house at the radio station north of Fort Collins.
829.
They'll operate a special event called Whiskey Whiskey Zero Whiskey Whiskey Victor on the property starting 28th of September and going 24 hours a day through October 2nd. The goal is to make as many U.S. and worldwide contacts as well as worldwide contacts during the 120-hour period as possible using multiple bands and multiple modes on at least 4 simultaneous transmitters. The effort will require hundreds of volunteer operators. Information on the special event is available at this link. http://wwv100.com.
Yeah, you post a link for that.
Yeah, I'll put the links in the description below, of course. And so that's pretty interesting. What do you got to say about that?
I think that's cool. I think that's very cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
100 years is pretty important for a
You
radio
supposed
station.
to be doing CW?
What?
You supposed to be doing CW?
I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's great to hear all these special events come up, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I like these little special events that are coming up all the time.
Events. You know, it's great to get them in the books and
gives people something to look forward to in the ham radio community instead of the dry day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Right? You know, so. Yeah. But what about you and your operating situation up there? Like, is there any chance you might be able to get operating, let's say, the first weekend in June for Battleships on the Air?
I can look into it. Now, let me tell you, if I have leave, I can see Washington out my window. So I'm half tempted to book a trip somewhere in the States or something like that. But that's to be discussed at a later date when I have some money.
Yeah.
But I'd really like to get into the States. My roommate just got back from there, actually. He was doing snowboarding and stuff in Utah. Loved it. He went skydiving last night. He's crazy. But, yeah, so I wouldn't mind doing some sort of battleship on the air. I'd love to go do it for a weekend or something like that. But
well, there might be one in Vancouver. Like, maybe you might want to float it with your command chain or something. I mean, I'm sure there's.
Yeah.
You know,
there's the Sackville in Halifax.
What's that?
There's the Sackville in Halifax. I'm pretty sure they got a station still.
Yeah, like maybe Aaron could get down there.
I might be able to get to the Haida.
Yeah, the Haida actually activates.
Does she?
Yes, she does.
Nice. That. For those who don't know, the HMCS Haida, she was in the Battle of the Atlantic, funny enough. And to my knowledge, she is the fightingest ship of the Royal Canadian Navy. According to the Admiral, that's a word. And she is our flagship of the Royal Canadian Navy. So, pretty cool. Lots of history there.
Yeah, so she does activate.
I'd have to look into that.
So if you can look into that and get on the air with Battleships on the Air, I chase them. That's what I do.
That.
Yeah, I chase them. I go look for them. But, there might be a chance if you can get on the Haida, we might be able to do a 20-meter skid.
Yeah. Where is the Haida tied up to, anyway?
She's probably not far from you.
I don't know if she's tied up here or if she's tied up in the East Coast. I think she's on the East.
Oh, no, she's out west, boy.
Yeah?
She's not here.
I'm going to have to look into that. She might not be very far from me. She might be a 20-minute drive away.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's here on the base.
No, but she's, she is in British Columbia somewhere.
Yeah.
She's on the west coast, yeah. I'm getting a bit of a ringing.
Probably hearing the fan.
On your end?
Might be hearing my fan, yeah.
Oh.
That's the timer. So let us break for just a few seconds, and we'll come right back to you real quick. And we're back. Welcome back, guys. Even though it was like a 2-second jump there for you guys. But we're back again. And, what else do we got to talk about?
Well, we left off. We were talking about the, I know it's a month away, but Battleships on the Air is what we were talking about.
Yes, talking about HMCS Haida.
Yeah.
And I will let you know where she is, in fact, tied up. I had it here, and it's gone now.
It'd be a good one if she was in St. John's, because I wouldn't be long getting my tail down there to get aboard.
Yeah, really, though. Ontario.
Ah, seriously?
Yeah.
That is awful.
Might still be able to make it there. If I can afford it.
Well, you could get out of BC to Ontario fairly cheaply.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be your first leave weekend.
Maybe. I'll put a photo right here. This is the actual Haida herself. Beautiful vessel, tribal class destroyer. Served in the Navy from 43 to 63. Participated in the World War II, Korean War. She was named for the Haida people.
The people.
So that's a bit of history on that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind hopping on the Haida or any battleship, that fighting ship for that matter.
Is there one? I don't know if they have one in Washington. See?
I don't know. Could go to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
If I could afford that.
Get aboard the Mighty Mo, what?
Friggin' right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That would be something.
That would be something, yeah.
Maybe in the future. I'm making a lot of money here. I can do a lot of things.
Well, I mean, you could look at the list of the battleships on the air. As we get close to it, you can find the list. I mean, there might be... How far are you from Portland?
I don't know.
Because you might be able to... But then again, like, would they allow just walk-ons? I mean, they have the man to operate the battleships on the air. I guess they would do tours, and I don't know if they'd let you stay aboard and operate for a weekend is the only thing, right?
Well, they do tours on board anyway. That's the main purpose of these vessels still being there is museums and stuff.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Mike, having a little thing in my pocket that says I'm part of the Royal Canadian Navy, the U.S. really like that stuff, especially if I'm hopping on a battleship for a tour or something.
Yeah. Well, look, maybe when we I don't know if you got time to Google it now and get the list.
I can have a look on my phone.
Just to see. I think they give you a whole list of ships, right?
Yeah.
Because I know there's that's activated, and she's in Quebec because I've worked there last year. Right.
Let's see here. I can't find... ARRL.org. What do you got for me?
Go figure.
Oh, that was in 2015. That's outdated.
No, there's a site there. Like if you do Battleships on the Air or something.
Got Battleship News New Jersey's information.
Okay.
Probably worth looking at as it gets closer.
Yeah, see if you can, because I'm pretty sure, like, if there's one on there's certainly ships on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're in Washington. If there was one in Washington, I think memory serves, I may have worked one in Washington State. I think she was because I know the call was a November 7, and I think she was in Washington State.
USS Turner Joy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's her. Where's she to?
Bremerton, Washington.
There you go.
Yeah. And it is a Forrest Sherman-class destroyer, DD 951.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing Battleships on the Air. Might be worth trying to get down there.
Yes.
Because realistically, it doesn't cost a fortune to fly from Victoria down to Washington.
No.
I need to get my passport renewed, but I'm working on that this week.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So there you go.
Definitely something worth doing.
And if we get Aaron on the Sackville, or the one in Halifax.
Yeah, at least, or even in the Maritime Museum, man.
Yeah.
Just a contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So did you find the whole site?
I couldn't find the whole site, nope. But
there is one because I found it last year and I bookmarked it. But I'll do another look.
Yeah,
later on, and as we get close.
Yeah, I'll have to look along as we get closer. But yeah. I mean, I'm just looking on my phone right now because video.
That's one of my favorite events of the year too. I like to chase the. Like I've worked the Massachusetts, I've worked the New Jersey, of course, the Alabama, the North Carolina.
Have you worked Mighty Mo?
No.
Yeah.
No, but I've worked Iowa. I've worked their sister ship.
Nice.
But I have not worked Mighty Mo.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There's still time.
Oh, there's still time. She'll probably be on the air 40 meters that morning, so I'll have to get up bright and early and see if I can catch her.
Oh yeah, you probably will too.
Right, 20 meters at night usually.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah. So anything else?
No, not for me. Yeah, no, I think I'm good.
Yeah, likewise.
We covered the mixer thing. We covered the YouTube thing.
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned it on the last podcast. You got your talking watt meter up and running.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, we did mention it on the last podcast, but it seems to be working normally. It's mainly put in line again now as a in case I get a warning.
Yeah.
And somebody wants to pay an inspection to my shack.
Sorry about that, guys.
That way I can, because it has no glass. For those that have seen the watt meter, there's no glass on it. It's just a knob and 3 buttons, and it talks and has tones. So it seems to be working well. It seems to be accurate. A couple of watts off either way, but that's neither here or there. I really want to test it with a tube rig sometime. I don't know when, but that'll tell me if it's working right. Because if I put it on Jackson's 102 and when it's telling me 135 watts and Jackson's like having kids because the plate current is like 500 and, that kind of thing, then I'll know it's not working right.
Yeah. Yeah.
because he actually helped reaffirm that the meter was kind of ill, because I used it on the 102 and had no issue with it and was doing fine with it. At least that's what I thought, until I did my tune-up method in front of Jackson, and he's like, no, back the plate off, no.
Yeah, you were driving her.
Mastered it better than I did.
Yeah, it helps having eyes. It really does.
It really does.
But, yeah, so...
I know when I got a net to check my work, okay, as a comfort to me that I was doing things right and wasn't hurting anything. After I would complete my tuning sessions, my plate current on all bands was like 275 to 295.
Yeah, you evened it out eventually. Yeah, that's right. Sure.
So,
yeah,
I was doing okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you didn't blow any tubes, so you did something right.
No.
Yeah.
And she fought well in the contest.
Damn right.
Right?
Yeah, she did good.
Yeah. If somebody wants to watch the Inverted L Adventure.
Yeah. I don't know if it's in the bonus footage or if it's in the regular video, but the first
but it's
Inverted
there
L
where
Adventure.
The 102 is like kicking the bejesus out of the Ameritron 811H.
Yeah. I will include that in the end cards.
Yeah. That's our most popular video. That's like it's 1.7K views.
On your channel, maybe.
Well, it's probably coming from your side too.
Yeah, it didn't take off on my channel too much.
No, but didn't they go through your channel to see it? That's how that works.
No, because it's up on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, but
so
is it linked on yours?
It is on mine, but we uploaded 2 different videos. So you uploaded one on your channel, I uploaded one on my channel. The people who saw it on your channel may not have seen it on my channel as well. So
yeah, it might have been just a stumble.
Yeah.
Across, right?
But to be fair, my channel wasn't very big back then, and it still isn't too big now.
It's got 1.7K views. The second most popular video is our 2018 CQ Worldwide.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Or CQ WW2. That's like 4. No. It's 2018 ARRL DX Part 1 is 450 some odd views.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yep.
Most watched videos on my channel are my Grundig 750 unboxing, which I can't believe because I was a friggin' child when I did that video. I was not mature at all. And my radio desk build part 2 is my second most popular video on my channel. You guys really like that stuff. Yeah. I've got something coming. Working on editing it now. It's many, many hours of footage to go through, but I'm bringing you another woodworking video very soon. And I'm also up on my channel within the next few weeks. There will be a video of our adventures in Goldstream Provincial Park, including my friend hanging 800 meters off the ground without a harness.
Cool. What was holding him up? Skyhook.
No, he was hanging off the edge of a trestle bridge.
Oh, okay. But what was holding him up? Just like he
was just holding onto the railing.
With his hands?
He dangled off the railing.
Wow.
He's insane.
What if somebody had to pound on his hands? That's what I would have done.
A long fall.
That's what I would have done for badness. I would have went up and I would have started going, knock on the rail. Got closer.
You wouldn't see me doing that.
I would.
No way.
Either to get him to flip over back onto the bridge or something. Crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yet I'm scared to death of lightning. Go figure.
Yeah. Everybody has their quirks. I don't like spiders.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like spiders. I don't like rats.
I don't mind them.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know. Let's end it off. We're getting pretty
actually,
weird now.
folks, one more thing. I'm actually considering a new guitar and amp.
Oh yeah, if you got any suggestions, pass them over to Mike.
Except for the guitar. My guitar is that I want to get is a Gibson Standard Tribute, vintage satin cherry.
No, we're not selling any radio gear to make that happen. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, that's right. I don't think I'll do.
Yeah.
I think I would regret doing that.
Yes, you most definitely would.
But my amplifiers I'm considering, which I'm leaning heavily towards. Now, I know everybody in guitar land and rock music land, gotta have a Marshall. I'm not so sure. So Jackson helped me out with the. My wife doesn't care either way because it's an amp. She doesn't know. She doesn't care. And my sister didn't care. But the Fender Mustang 100, the Mustang GT 100, seems to be the favorite between me and Jackson right now.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Other choices are the Marshall Code 100, which is $200 more. The Fender has the Marshall. Like, these are modeling amps. They're called modeling amps for those in the guitar world. That means they what's the word I'm looking for? Imitate.
Yeah.
They actually imitate other amps, right? So the Fender Mustang GT 100 has the typical brown sound of the Marshall. They have one effect called angry rodent. And that's because rat pedal is coined by another company. So they can't call it rat.
Yeah.
So it's angry rodent, and it sounds exactly like the Marshall of the 80s. With your Black Sabbaths and your British rock AC/DC Marshall stacks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some fun soon.
So that's the proverbial front runner right now. And another one, maybe when we go off air, Jackson, I'll just get you to look at the katana.
Yeah.
Katana, as Japan says.
Yeah.
It's not katana, like, right? The name of the sword is katana.
But anyway, guys, let's wrap this up.
That's what I'm doing too. And no, I'm not selling ham radio gear to get it.
But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, VO1JQB. You can find me on QRZ, VO1JQB. And that's about all the places you can find me these days. Mike?
Yep, you can find me on QRZ, the YouTube channel, and my call sign lowercase, Facebook, Twitter. By the way, I'll reaffirm, if you're going to send me a message on Facebook or Twitter, if you want me to follow you, whatever, if you want to follow me and be my pal, just let me know when you send me a message like, hey, yeah, it's so-and-so, and I'm following your YouTube channel, your ham radio YouTube channel, or your, even from JQB 2011's YouTube channel for the ham radio stuff, just something, so I don't be, because you guys might be thinking I'm an idiot. Geez, he never even responded. He deleted the requests. Let me know where you're coming from and what it's about. And I'd be more than happy to add you to my circle. And
yeah, there you go.
So
anyway,
Facebook,
guys.
Twitter, QRZ.
The usual stuff.
Click
on Mike's face for a link to subscribe to his channel. Click up here for the Grassroots Ham Radio Podcast playlist. And you can click down there for the Inverted L Adventure number 1. That was quite some time ago. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Apologies about last week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks' time for another episode. 7-3, guys.
7-3, guys. Catch you further down the coax.